أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين اللهم صل على محمد عبدك ورسولك وصل على المؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات رب ارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا. My dear students, I am your English teacher ASM Nur Lamin Khan from Ashrahat High School. Today I am going to take another class on transformation, that is on simple, complex and compound. I hope you all are well. I am also well. In this pandemic situation, you must keep your mask when you go out of your house and take a safe distance from other people, and when you return home, wash your hands and face with sanitizers and soap. My dear students, in my previous class I have told you about the simple, complex and compound, how to change a simple sentence to complex and a complex sentence to compound and a compound sentence to simple and vice versa. And I have shown you a circle, a fundamental circle, and I have told you to remember it. If you have took it in mind, you will find your work easy in changing simple, complex and compound sentences. Today I will tell you about some circles, how you can change the sentences, how can you transform the sentences. Let us go ahead. Here is the circles, here is the chains. I have shown you here 10 circles to change simple, complex and compound sentences. First of all is in spite of. In simple sentence, when you find in spite of, you can change it in complex by using though or although, and we can change it in compound by using but. In the second position I have set present participle, past participle, adjective, being or to be, and where we will find present participle, past participle, adjective and being or to be verb. In the simple sentence we will change the simple sentence to complex by using since, as or when or relative pronouns, and we change the simple and complex sentence of having present participle, past participle, adjective, being or to be, and since, as, when and relative pronouns by using and creating two coordinative clauses. And in third position, if you find a in order to or to in a simple sentence, you can change it in complex by using so that, and compound by using and. If you find two or two dot or two, that is, here I have shown you a dot, some dots here, and here you will find adjective. If you find two adjective two in a simple sentence, you may change it into complex by using so adjective that, and compound by using and. In fifth, because of, and in complex, since as because, and in compound and. In this way, I have shown you here 10 11 circles, 11 way of changing simple sentence, simple, complex and compound sentences. And in my next classes I shall discuss these circles elaborately and just explain these circles in my next classes. Today I will discuss a circle. And in my previous class I have told you the main theme of making a simple sentence to complex, and complex to compound, and compound to simple. The main theme is just to create a sentence, a complex or compound sentence simple. You must do a thing. You must turn all the clauses into phrases, keeping one. Just one. You must keep one clause and turn. You must turn all the clauses into phrases. If you find two clauses, keep one clause and turn another clause into phrase. And to make a complex sentence, when you will have given a simple sentence or compound sentence to change it into complex, and you will be asked to change a simple or compound sentence to complex, you must create a principal clause and a subordinate clause. You must create at least a subordinate clause and a principal clause. And when you will have been asked to change a simple or complex sentence to compound, you must create two coordinate clauses, and you must import a coordinative conjunction. There you look at the board, whiteboard, and see here is a chain, complex, compound and simple. Here is though, although, in spite of and but. This is the chain. In this way all the chain will just act in this way. Just I will explain all the 11 chains, all the 11 just way of changing simple, complex and compound in this way. Just it is I have shown you a circle here. Here at the top there is complex sentence, complex when you use though and although, and when you change it in compound, simple, you must use in spite of, and when you say when you make it simple, when you make it simple, you must use in spite of or despite, and when you make it compound, you must use but. In changing the situation, in changing the complex sentence having though or although into simple and compound, or in changing a compound sentence having but in complex and simple, or in changing a simple sentence having in spite of into complex and compound, you have to consider four things. The things are, you have to consider is are just the situations, Four situations you have to consider. In four situations, the chains will be the chains of the simple and complex and complex sentence will be changed. Changing of the sentences will be changed, and the first situation is am is are. When am is are was were, just verb to be are used as copulative and linking verbs. Just you have to remember am is are as copulative or linking verbs. When you find am is are as copulative linking verbs, we will change the simple sentence, complex sentence, complex sentence in a way. And when you find have, has, had as main verb or auxiliary verb, you have to consider another way, another thinking. You have to think another way. When you find a main verb and without any auxiliary verbs, you have to think in a different way. And when you find main verb with auxiliary, you have to find a different way. You must consider the fourth situation in changing the first chain or cycle of changing a simple, complex and compound sentence. Let us go ahead. In just the first situation, am is are was were as copulative or linking verbs. Here you should understand what is copulative or linking verbs. Copulative verbs or linking verbs is a verb which is only used to just make a link, just a link between subject and complement. When you use a verb as to link a subject and complement, it is called a linking verb. I am a teacher. Here am is a linking verb, I is a subject and teacher is a complement, and am is used here only to link up the subject and complement. When a verb is used to link up the subject and complement, is called a copulative or linking verb. I think you have a previous idea about linking or copulative verbs. I have tried to give you a simple idea. Here is a sentence, complex sentence having though he is ill, he went to school. Here though, how we can change it into compound or complex, compound or simple, and if we want to change it simple to simple, we should use in spite of. And how in spite of is used? In spite of is a prepositional phrase, and in this when you use in spite of, because of this type of phrases, you have to change your subject into possessive case. Your subject here, just look at the example. Here he is the subject, and in complex sentence, though he is ill, this part of sentence is subordinate clause. He went to school, this part of sentence is a principal clause, and it is suitable to change this part of sentence, this subordinate clause into phrase. It is suitable for us. And when we use we change this subordinate clause into a phrase, we must use in spite of, as there is though. And after in spite of, in the place of though, we use in spite of. And after in spite of, this subjective case of the subject will be changed into a possessive case. What is the possessive case? Every person has three cases: subjective, objective and possessive. He is a subjective, and possessive of he is his. Possessive of he is his. So in the place of he, we just we have written here his, and this just linking verb is here is linking verb. He is ill. Ill is complement, he is a subject, and to link up subject and complement we have used here is, and is changed into being. Is changed into being. And when to be verb is change any to be verb we want to change into non-finite, we have to write being or to be. We have to write being or to be. So we write here being. In spite of his being, he will be changed to his, and is will be changed into being, and ill, and then we use a comma and next just the rest of the part of the sentence will be unchanged. It will be turned into simple sentence. I think you can understand. When this complex sentence will be turned into compound, it is more easy than to simple. How? We use here but. We know the fundamental just cycle of changing though, in spite of, and but having simple, complex, and compound sentence. Here is though he is ill, he went to school. Just when we find though in a complex sentence, we will use but to change it into compound, and from complex sentence though is removed, and in just with which clause we will find though, we use but in the another clause. Just where we find though, with which clause we find though, we don't use but with that clause. We shall use but with the other clause. Just though he is ill, we find though with he is ill. To make it compound, we will remove though from here, and we will use a but at the beginning of the clause he went to school. Just we use but at the beginning of principal clause. Understand? I think all of you are all of you are very much attentive to your class, and all of you can understand the change. And just think another way. If you have given a compound sentence with having but, if you will be given in your question paper a compound sentence having but, how will you change it into complex and simple? It's the same way. When you have but in a compound sentence, you change it into simple by using in spite of, and change it into complex by using though. If you will be given a simple sentence having in spite of, you will how you will change it into complex and compound? When you find in spite of in a simple sentence, it is easy. You will use though or although to make it complex, and you will use but in making it compound. Let us go ahead and we consider the another situation. Have, has, had as main verb or auxiliary verb. When you will find have, has, had as a main verb or an auxiliary verb in a sentence, how you consider it, how you change it? Let us see. In the second situation, we have a sentence, complex sentence. Though he had money, he did not buy a car. Though he had much money, though he is a rich man, but he didn't buy a car because he a miser one. Okay. Here when we make it simple, we use it as we find here. Though we use it in spite of making it simple, and he will be changed into his, and had will be changed into having. Am, is, are will be changed into being, and have, has, had will be changed into having. We have had here, and we have changed it into having. Just in spite of his having money, he didn't buy a car. How will it be made? How will it be made into compound? In the simple way, where we find though, we use but with another clause. Where we find though, we will not use but with though. At the place of though, we will use though, but we will use but with another clause. Here though is found. We find we have though here with he had money. We will use but with he did not buy a car, and it will be changed into compound. He just compound sentence will be what he had. The compound sentence will be he had money but he did not buy a car. Okay, and you should think it in the opposite way. If you will be given a compound or simple sentence to make it complex, or when you will be given a complex simple sentence to make it complex or compound, you think in such a way. The circle is the same. The circle is the same. Only you think how you can change, and one circle will help you to understand the another circles, another 10 circles to it will help you to understand the other 10 circles. I think if you will understand, if you will memorize, not memorize, if you will realize the circles of changing simple, complex and compound sentences, it will be helpful for you, not only to not only in the transformation, but also in the speaking or writing or any other skills of learning English. And go ahead, we will go to the third situation, main verb. When you will find main verb in complex or simple complex sentence, when you will find main verb in complex sentence, how you handled it, how you will handle it. Just though, here is an example of complex sentence. Though he worked hard, he failed. Here worked is a main verb. It is not an auxiliary verb. It doesn't have a auxiliary verb. It's merely a main verb here, a finite verb, and a regular verb. Just how you will you will change it into simple the same way. Though will be changed into in spite of, subjective case will be changed into possessive case, and the main verb will be changed into just gerund or participle. Just here in spite of his working hard, and just we have just giving ing at the end of the work verb, and the work is completed. Just in spite of his working hard, he failed. In spite of, and then possessive of subject, and then verb will be changed into participle, present participle or gerund, and just the rest of the part of the sentence will be unchanged. And how it will be changed into compound? very easy. Though where you find though, we will not give but. Will with that clause we will give but with the another clause. And let us move to next situation, main verb with auxiliary verb. Here main verb, when we find main verb with the auxiliary verb in the complex sentence, we will consider the main verb, only main verb. But you have to remember here that if you have find a main verb in a perfect mode, past perfect or present perfect mode, you should you must use having just before the past participle form of the verb, main verb, in making it simple. Just after in spite of, you have to change your first subject into possessive, and you just if you find auxiliary verb with the main verb, you consider only the main verb and make it into participle gerund, and keeping all the other part of the sentence unchanged, you will be you can make it simple. And when you just using but with the clause where you find with the another clause where you find though, not using but where you find though, using but with the another clause, you can change it into compound. Here is the example: though he had been working hard, he cannot pass. Simple: in spite of his working hard, he cannot pass. Compound: he has been working hard but he cannot pass. Thank you very much, my students. I pray to Almighty always may Allah bless you. May Allah just keep you safe and sound. Thank you to all. No more today. Thank you very much.